with Alison Davis from Wild Thyme Cooking. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm great as always.
Okay, you're making probably my fifth most favourite dish, French onion soup.
Moving down the
We're
list.
moving down. I always order this when I go to Paris, and I order foie gras. Always.
Oh.
One of my two favourite meals. Tell me a little bit about how do you make the perfect French onion soup?
It's all about the onions. It's true. There's not a whole lot that goes into this. So again, you know, I've been talking about healthy stuff all week. Without, if you eliminate, you know, the best part, the bread and the cheese on top.
Yeah, I never eat that in my French onion soup.
Actually?
No.
Oh, well
they
then,
always bring it, and I put it
just
to the
move
side.
it.
I just love the flavour of the caramelized onions.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes French onion
Okay.
soup. So what we're doing here is we've sliced up some onions, and you see how they're getting there.
Yeah.
But these are not quite there. It really is a matter and a slow process of just letting them cook and continue to caramelize for about 30 minutes, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
The longer you let these onions go, the better. And that's where all the flavor really comes from.
Got you.
So I wanted to...
But before you get to
Okay,
that,
go for it.
what do you think of packet French onion soup, the powder?
Oh, no, 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 no. That's
Yeah.
a big no-no in the kitchen.
It is, isn't it? But it was very 70s with French onion dip and things like that.
Right.
When they used to make
Right.
all those little
And
bread
I mean,
sticks
I still
all
know
that sort of
people,
stuff.
and it
Yeah.
still makes a good dip.
It does,
but,
hey, listen, I think it makes one of the best dips.
but
Okay.
anything with sour cream.
I said to you, because this is a segment that we're recording, you already started pre-making the onions because it takes about 30 minutes.
Exactly.
I then said to you, well, is there a special way to cut the onions? Is there a special type of onion to use? Give us the tips and tricks on how to make this specific dish.
Okay. So with the onion, you would just be cutting strips. But
Okay.
a lot of people, and when we do our classes, even our knife skill classes, I'm always asked how to just dice an onion properly. So I thought I would show that as well.
Okay.
So for the soup, we just do the thin strips where
Yeah.
we cut off both ends,
Okay.
cut it in half, and you just cut the strips.
And nice and fine, not too thick.
Right. And then when you're dicing, though, there's a different process that takes place to do a properly diced onion.
Right.
So I just cut the tip off of the onion, and now we're going to cut root to tip to give it a flat side. Now, because we cut the tip off, I can easily get up underneath and I can
And
peel the onion back without having to fight with those layers.
Yep.
Okay?
I still see you've got the root on there. Okay.
You leave the root because that holds everything together. And then just with my knife, I'm going to work my knife around, and I basically just slice.
Are you cutting it all the way to the bottom?
I'm cutting it to the bottom, but not through the root. So I pull my knife back before it cuts into the root. That way the root holds it all together.
Oh, okay.
Then depending on the size of
Oh
your
my
onion,
gosh.
I'll make a
I
horizontal.
couldn't do what you're doing
No,
now.
if your hand's flat on top, you're safe. But you make a couple horizontal slices in, and then you go back across the grain, and you've got this perfectly diced onion. You see how fast that is?
I have to say to you, it is pretty fast.
And then what you have left is your root to discard or throw away or put in compost or save for stock.
Fancy that, people.
So there you go, 2 different ways of cutting your onion.
But what are you suggesting we do here?
This,
Slices.
you do the slices,
What
yeah.
happens if we did the dice? It'd be a bit mushy.
I mean, it still would give it the flavor, but
Okay.
it might be a different
Yep.
texture when you're eating it.
We've been sauteing this for about 20 minutes or so.
Yes.
Is that correct?
All right. So then it just is a matter of just building those flavors. So one of the big flavors that comes into French onion soup is sherry.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I use sherry wine. And so when you have your onions caramelizing for a bit in the bottom of the pan, as you can see, you get a lot of these brown bits.
I didn't know sherry.
Yes. So I take sherry and just add
Oh,
it in.
you put a good slop in.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
that deglazes all that brown bits and all that stuff that kind of accumulates on the side of the pan.
Yep.
And that just puts more flavor back into your soup.
I got
And
you.
then if you have at home and you've made your own beef broth, you can use your own beef stock, but find you a nice beef stock in the store that you can add to.
What's the best type of beef stock, do you think?
I like, I like the stock versus the broth. So you find the broth and then there'll be stock. I like
Okay.
stock because it has more flavor. And I like the Pacifica brand.
Okay.
Is a good one.
All right, Pacifica, everyone. Pacifica beef broth.
Yep, so we add in our beef broth.
Why would you not use chicken? I'm just asking a question.
French onion soup really just it works better with the beef because it's
Okay,
a heartier,
I got
deeper flavor.
Okay, good.
I add some rosemary, or you could add some thyme. I put the whole sprig in just so that it can give it the flavor and infuse it, and then you can pull it out. Again,
Okay.
season with salt and pepper,
Yep.
and honestly,
You just let it simmer?
that's about it, yeah.
Oh.
Salt and pepper, it's all about the onions. That's what I mean. So that's why you
Okay.
take the time to really develop the flavor with the onions.
I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're going to serve this up very shortly. If you want to find out more information about this fantastic recipe, head over to wtvq.com/Midday Kentucky. Click on the recipe box where it says Midday Kentucky. A little box drops down. You'll see all the information about Alison and all the recipes that she's been doing for us here at Midday Kentucky. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this short break.